Suck at this. Suck at Twitch. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. Sorry.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, I am talking again. Can you hear me? Let's see what we can do here. All right. Guess you can. Good. Cool, guys. All right. Let's fix this now. Let's do this. All right. So, what we're gonna do? We're playing in Toronto. Use the jerseys. Let's say I'm still a fan of the others, so we're gonna do these. Okay, go over here, and we're gonna go. Play the Hawerchuk. This one, cool. All right, I'll get this together, guys. Okay. No, thank you. Winnipeg. There. All right, done. All right, these Jets have to use what jersey we're going to use here. I really think that they have to use one of these. Classic one. Okay. Now they got to use a classic jersey. I guess this one, huh? All right, yeah. This one. Let's do that. All right, let's play, huh? Let her play. Let's do that. Let's start this friggin' game. Jeez. Voice is a little low. Okay, game level's perfect. Thank you. Let me put this up closer to me. Tell me if this is working. Thanks, Tara. I appreciate the input. I am not very good, and I really want to get. You're my mentor here because I really got to get this together. I appreciate it. I do.
We are about set to drop the puck as both centers make their way into the dot. The Leafs start with possession as we are now underway.
Let's get going here. We are live.
In the open ice.
Appreciate it.
Great save.
Okay, so we have Maple Leafs. There's good team is on. There's Dale Hawerchuk. Who now puts out there. Dale Hawerchuk is
The Jets going to work on offense. And a
recovering from
slowing
cancer
zone
right
read to come
now,
on
and
the puck.
announced today he's got stomach cancer, and he's going to make a recovery, hope. So let's really pray for that. Because he's a great guy, right? Great guy. All right, the Leafs have ended the scoring right away. The team foundation, the team will put together. That's Steve Cherda over at fungosports.com and Mike Algero, our writer, for AccuBuzz. So it's a combination of those teams. All right. Yeah, I'm going on. Thank you. It's only if that goes away because I turned off something hopefully at this point. I appreciate it, Terry. Thanks a lot for it.
Toronto's got the game's
But
first
the
goal up in 10
Leafs have scored the opener.
Nobody really sitting down yet. Now they're back on their
Less than
feet.
a minute in.
Bench explodes
Pretty good,
with
huh?
the early first goal. Hawerchuk's won the draw here in the open ice.
Okay, so it's pretty funny because that is Savard, the Winnipeg Jets, and it's the same Savard who played
Let's see what the official
in
makes
Montreal
of the
Canadiens.
final decision. You call that a hatchet job with that slash? I call that chopping broccoli right there. Very good reference.
Debating whether or not I should turn the penalties off in this game, honestly, because it's just kind of ridiculous. I turned the penalties way back, but
Man advantage unit is set.
crazy
Well, good
wrong.
news for them as they trail by one. They get a power play. The key
So
here,
the
though,
power
James,
plays
is
and
to be
counting
confident without pressing. Just get the puck to the net and make the penalty killer stress. Stopped by the goaltender. He makes the glove stop. Right
So
from the
some
front.
numbers I need.
Dangerous chance.
So this was the way I was going to actually hold off and play this thing tomorrow, but when I just heard the news about that, I checked out
Here
the
in
how to
the
do
early
it
going of
today.
this
So
period.
we're doing it today.
1-0 the score.
Which I think is
Back underway as he wins the
big.
draw inside the offensive
I don't
zone.
have the best
Oh,
line.
and a huge save. Delayed
Yeah, that
penalty
line would be
coming up
killer.
here. Looks
Totally
like
agree.
slashing
If you're going to the chat room and bitch, that's off the post by the check.
There's the whistle. Let's get the official
Another
decision.
delay penalty.
Pretty nasty whack and slashing the call. If you're going to slash somebody, don't slash them in the pants where it makes all
I think
kinds
I've
of
amped up the
noise.
aggressiveness so there would be maybe some fights, and at the same time, that would be half day. He was probably, Lord knows how old
And with
at this
that
point.
call by the officials, it's a long 5-on-3 set to begin. With such a long 5-on-3 power play in front of them, they can afford to be patient. Don't take the first shot.
I'm using the wrong freaking headset, that's why.
From their own end, trying to
Terry,
get the power play.
how about that? That's a lot better, correct?
Wheeler's got it along the wing.
I was using the wrong headset. What the hell?
And he slides
All right,
quickly to
that's
Solani.
probably considerably better.
Toronto's going to be able to cut
Jeez,
a few seconds off now with
I really have to get my act together here.
lets it go, and he went too high on that one.
I'm a blogger converting to Twitch for things because I love this. I love this idea.
Gets it out of his own end. Winnipeg's gained possession along the boards.
Okay.
They've got
All right, that's much better. Thank you. Appreciate it. You're the best. So nice to have somebody watching and giving me input. Since you're a big Twitcher, let me know what I'm doing wrong, man. Maybe we should talk later. I should touch base with you. Get your number or something.
Carries it in. Here's a short pass to Solani. Shots him
Man, Teemu Solani, you know what's funny when you make him in this game? There's Dale. Hawerchuk, big save.
positioning here, James. He makes
It's funny when you make Teemu Solani in this game. He's bigger than I thought he's taller than I remember him being. Like I remember him being so fast, and I don't know why I associate that with him being smaller. But he's not small. He's not a small guy at all. Solani, Scheifele, and Tkachuk. I need to get Scheifele's number right.
penalty has expired both sides.
And Housley and Savard.
Oh, what a stop. Well, that's a missed opportunity.
So the Jets have started pouring some things on here. Pretty good.
Don't cash in, and now we're back to 5-on-5.
I'll let you guys watch for a second while I tweet this out.
Here as play continues. Moves it quickly over to Savard. Scooped up along the wall by Savard. We got a penalty coming up here as the officials blow the play dead. David called for tripping. He's off the box. Played with fire. He got burned, Ray. Digging around for the puck, but sometimes you just get caught. This time the player goes down and he's got to go to the box. Another special teams opportunity for both sides as the man advantage unit is back to work again.
Well, we get another chance here. They've earned the power play. They haven't got anything on their power plays yet. Haven't had a lot of them, but here's a nice chance for them.
Takes the feed, and now he angles it across to Newman. On the attack along the boards. Snapper from the slot, off the crossbar.
That's a post. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, there we go. The Jets have tied it. There's that bear. Thanks, Terry. I know I heard about that. I really would like to find another source, obviously, but we'll see. We'll see.
This is why you keep your head on a swivel. Defensively, you've got to find where the open man is. Otherwise,
So I've been running like crazy today because my daughter has a big soccer playoff game tonight, and my son is home sick, which he has been homesick for a month now, which is kind of fun. But he's doing a lot better, so thanks for all this asking. And yeah, I love this. I've been spending a lot of time. He's been helping me actually do the bases on these players, which is a lot of fun. Jeez. I'm doing everything wrong here. I'm telling you that right now. Like, if there's a way to do this, I'm sure I'm doing it wrong. All right. Thanks, Terry. Appreciate that really much. All right, so here we go. Let's get back into this game here. I want to talk about some of these players. We've got some really interesting guys playing in this game. Okay. All right, so I'm going to move this up here to start with. That's better. All right, so now we're good. I promise you no more fiddling. I tried to get this going quickly because I had to get it done before the playoff game that I have to leave for my daughter. So here we go. We're 1-1. Now McLean, Steen, and that wouldn't be Brian Mullen, if you remember. The Mullen brother, not Joey Mullen, who was the big, more famous Mullen. We have another penalty called. So that's the one thing I'm tempted to change. Matt Sundin is the captain of this team, which should not be. There's some little things I didn't tweak. I didn't get into my little niceties, which I hate. I like doing those things. I like having all the numbers right, all the captains right. Bauer's the right goalie, I think. He's going to play it. He's going to play it for now. We'll see. Dale Hawerchuk. Oh. I mean, Scheifele and Wheeler are number 5 and number 3 in this game, so respectively. It's kind of strange, I know. I apologize for that, but man, they're both definitely deserving to be on this team. Dale Hawerchuk. Gotta love Tim Horton back there, The Leafs defense, that was the thing about this team when I put them together. Let me talk a little bit about how I put this team together. So, first off, let's start with the Jets. The Jets were the hardest team to decide what to do about, because I decided essentially that the best thing to do, I thought, would be to do the players who played. Wow, look at that! The players who played. There's Dale Hawerchuk. Nice. The players who played in Winnipeg. Okay, so it would be weird for Dale Hawerchuk and Team Mussolini and it's Thomas Steen and these guys to play for the Arizona / Phoenix Coyotes, right? I mean, that to me is something that it makes more sense for them. If you're a Winnipeg Jets fan, you want the Winnipeg Jets best team ever. You want all your favorite players you grew up watching in Winnipeg playing together. So that's why I chose this. It did screw the Arizona Coyotes, I admit that. And it probably was a marketing decision because Arizona is not as big a market and for us, but no. But honestly, I felt like that was the fair thing to do. I really did. I felt like that was the fair thing to do. And I like Terry in our chat room saying the referee looks old school, like he visited too many Tim Hortons coffee shop too often. I like that. But this team, though, I mean, Horner was a monster. There's a goal, power play goal. That would be got that one. So remember, some of these Leaf players. This Leaf defense was enormous. That was Boreas Salming, who was he was a hell of a player and like, one of the best. And when I was a kid, I remember him as a player. Like most of these Leafs, a lot of them are older than I was, or than I am. I'm still alive. They're older than that, and yeah. But you know, Boreas Salming's, he's sort of in my range a little bit as a kid, but great player. So Hawerchuk, Keon, and Conacher, the first line for the Leafs, is definitely, you know, like, I mean, Keon, people forget how amazing he was and how many points the guy put up. This guy with the puck right here, he was just absolutely astonishing for his time, as was Hawerchuk, as was Conacher. This is a great line, but it's funny because it's not like, you know, like, it's not like the Bellevaux, Richard, you know, Lafleur's of Montreal. Some of these Toronto players, even though they were big, at least maybe it's because I grew up as a Montreal fan. I don't think of them as getting as much hype as some of those Montreal players got. What do you guys think? So, but Horner, Salming, these guys, this defense were just giants, and they were giants for their time when they were playing. You know, I think it was Horner, was it, who actually played. One of the defensemen was actually a gold medal pole vaulter. Someone can point. I'll try to remember who that is. So I can definitely look it up again. But I know that's how good of athletes these guys were. Remember Babbage? Yep. That was a nice defensive play. Who was that? That was Steen, right? That's pretty funny because Steen actually was a very good defensive forward. Sundin. Hawerchuk, who I'm not a big fan of personally, I must say. I would not have gone with Hawerchuk, but Sungo Sports guys went with him. He probably might be the best goalie. I mean, he's one of the, I don't know how many all-star goalies that, you know, the Winnipeg Jets have had in their history. Asenza, you know, Reddick, those guys were good. You're right, Terry. Totally agree. The time that Salming was playing for the Leafs, it's pretty funny. They weren't like the Leafs we know of today, like as far as like popularity. I mean, they were popular, but you could get tickets. I remember going up and scalping tickets with my dad at one point. And there were times when the Leaf tickets were, I mean, now they're bigger than ever. But for a while there, they were not. They were in the 70s, early 70s. You know, remember, they haven't won a Stanley Cup longer than anybody else right now. So it's 1967. I always say I was born in 68, so I'm the reason for the Leafs curse. But 1967. So that's half day. Doug Gilmour, who was also an incredible, and probably will also be on the all-time Calgary Flames team. Maybe in the Blues, I don't know. Maybe not the Blues, but Gilmour I think of as a Flame, even though he was an incredible Leaf player, and I know a lot of people I think a lot of people will tell you that he was their favorite. Dale Hawerchuk, nice strip at the point. Blake Wheeler, but imagine Blake Wheeler and Hawerchuk playing together. I got to know Hawerchuk a little bit because he played for the Flyers for a little bit there. Savard, Dan, he's played in both the games we've simulated so far. He's the only player. That's a trivia question for you. King Clancy, interesting player, okay? 77 on defense. Tiny, like 5 foot. They say he was probably like 5'4", even though he called himself 5'6", but fast as all get out. So he's a really fun player, that player right there, Clancy. He was very good, fast, very offensive. Playing with like Horton, which I think is pretty funny because Horton's big, kind of like, not laboring, but big. So Clancy and Horton out there together. Pretty fun. Wheeler. McDonald. Lanny McDonald, another Calgary Flame as well. Won a Stanley Cup with Calgary, of course. He's wearing number 6 because everyone on this team wore number 7 pretty much, because the Leafs didn't retire numbers, remember? So there were a bunch of things. Like, nice move. Still Apps. Oh, man, you must have that line must be about 600 years old. A lot of these guys. Am I talking too much, Terry? If I talk too much, let me know. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get into Twitch. My son is a big Twitch watcher with like Pokemon videos and stuff like that, but I don't think they're quite. I've seen a lot of them, but I don't think it's quite comparable. So anyway, I gave Horton number 7. He was the one. I decided to give him 7 over Clancy, over Lanny McDonald, and I think even another. There was even another number 7. I just think Tim Horton is so legendary. Of course, his donuts, you know, he deserves it. Serge Savard, you know, not happy to be playing in both games, apparently. You gotta love Daryl Sittler's mug. Check out the hair on Daryl Sittler. That's awesome. That's true. I've got a good story about Daryl Sittler for you guys. when he was a Flyer, he, funny enough, would his son at the time, Ryan Sittler, if you remember. Ryan was a first-round draft pick, never really made it in the NHL. But his son played on the same team as one of my best friend's brothers, and we were coming back from a game and needed to ride home, and somehow or another, I don't know how this happened. This is like the day before cell phones. It became known to us that Darryl Sittler was going to drive us home from the Flyers game, which he did with his wife next to him, drinking a beer the entire time. Larry McDonald scoring the goal. Larry McDonald and Sittler, of course, were a deadly combination. So I remember Darryl Sittler and driving me home with my friend across the Ben Franklin Bridge in Philadelphia, and and drinking a beer the entire time. That was before seatbelts. You know, when you could just throw your trash out the window, it didn't matter. We were messed up back then, man. We really were. But I love Sittler's hair. Come on, that's awesome. Again, not a big Hawerchuk fan. That's just me. I don't know. Personally, I don't know. Yeah, I could be wrong. Mahavlish is before my time. All right, we need Winnipeg to come up with something here. This is a tough draw for Winnipeg. Of course, this team is very good. This Leafs team is crazy good. I mean, they really are. Housley, don't you think of Housley as more of a Sabre? Of course, he was a coach last year that was fired, but I still think of Housley as a Sabre. But remember, this Jets team, remember their history was they were a WHA team. Bobby Hull went there. So the WHA actually merged with the NHL, but Bobby Hull never played in the NHL again with the Jets. The Jets came in after him. Thanks, Terry. I appreciate it. Pokey Redick, I know. That was tough, right? Hobby Bullen, but he was good for like 1 year, right, with the Jets. But really good that 1 year. Oh, nice save by Hawerchuk there. And another penalty coming up. I don't know what I should do with these penalties. I played a game the other night just for the fun of it because I had sorry, it got dark on me. I had the Canadians. I wanted to play the Canadians against the all-time Leafs just to see what would happen. And I turned the penalties off, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm wondering about that. Whether I should do that off. If you have any opinions about me turning the penalties off, I will. There's a goal. That was a beautiful pass by Wendell Clark there, I have to say. Wendell Clark to Red Kelly. Let's hear it for Red Kelly. Another guy that passed away this year. Was such a great guy. Played for the Leafs and the Canadians, but didn't make the Canadians all-time team, but does make the Leafs Canadian all-time team. Or the Leafs all-time team. And Red Kelly scoring there. Beautiful Wendell Clark here. This is the pass. Bam. The great pass. One-timer. Nothing Hawerchuk could do. There's Ty. That is right. That is Ty Domi, guys. Right wing. Voted by you guys to get him in there. I got so many emails about that. That's a slash. But again, too many penalties, right? We'll see. Yeah, Steve Penny. I like it. Steve Penny was also a have, of course. If you want to join us in the chat room, like Terry is, appreciate it. I know there's not that many people watching. I know the timing of this game is kind of strange because it's around dinner time, but I really wanted to get it in. And the reason I wanted to play it today was definitely for Dale Hawerchuk. So, if you don't know, Dale Hawerchuk announced he left, took a leave of absence from his coaching position, and announced today that he has stomach cancer. But he said he's going to beat it. He wants to write the story. He wants to write his story afterwards, which is great. So. Dale is such a good guy, so I had to play this game today. In his honor. 4-1. A lot of scoring here. I forget who the backup is, but it is somebody from like way back. It might be a Senza. And the funny thing is, so the other day when I played one of these games, was Marc-Andre Fleury against the Canadians, and he absolutely played amazing. But then got stoned on, got shelled, and the computer put Malcolm Subban in. So I'm wondering if we'll see a change here with the computer with Hawerchuk. Guess you could. You're right, actually. If they're playing the game the old school way, this is always about right. That's a good point. I mean, I don't mind them so much, but people were complaining that it took too long. I don't know. I don't know what the actual, like, how long is acceptable. Shots on goal, 22-14 in that period. Let's get right back to it.
And we are just moments away from the start of period number 2.
Okay, so the Leafs start on the power play for minute 13. King Clancy. I wish I could have made these old players without helmets. The only ones I could put without helmets were the ones I already made. And I actually tweaked them a little bit because I didn't like everything they did with them. One of the things I did was tweak old players who played like in the 30s and 40s. I gave them a little more size because if they were 6 foot tall back then, that was a big friggin' deal. If you were 6 foot tall in the 50s or 40s. So you were as big as anyone, and I said this last time too, but I do kind of believe that Sidler having some kind of freak out there. I do believe that like for example, Gordie Howe, was just absolutely dominant in his time. Right? He was a big guy, skated over top of people, kind of like Eric Lindros did when he first came in the league, just skated over top of people. But Lindros was 6'5", 6'6" almost. Gordie Howe was 6'1". Or 6'2". Gordie Howe was the same size, height, and weight as Peter Forsberg. So, I mean, Forsberg is a big player, but you don't think of Forsberg as a giant player. So Howe, since he played in the 50s, I know he played up to the 80s, but he played in the 40s, 50s. I'm making him, when I created him, I'm creating him at 6'5". Because that's, but if he had, grown up in that era, that's what he would have, that's the size he would have been, right? And, I think that it should be how you would have played, if you grew up in the era. Because talent is, skill and determination, all that, talent, that's all there, so. That's a big save by Asenza. The Leafs are definitely have them on their ropes now, and a delayed penalty coming up on the Jets again. Oh, man. Asenza making some big saves there, I have to say.
Let's see what the call is. Hawerchuk's getting called for slashing. Even though the standard is tighter for slashing penalties, I think that would have been a penalty 10 years ago, too. Exactly.
Would have been a penalty 30 years ago, Ray? Dale Hawerchuk taking a penalty. Who would give him a penalty on a day like today? That's just heartless. Dale's such a funny guy that I can say that. He's a great guy in Philadelphia. I got to know him a little bit. Really good guy. Teppo Numminen clears the puck there. Teppo Numminen was a hell of a player for the Jets. He really was. McDonald playing the point on this power play. Gilmore, nice save. Nice save. Again, Wendell Clark getting a lot. Wendell Clark was Mike Augella's favorite player all time, so that might be getting a little bit more ice time than expected. Red Kelly already with 1 goal. Stripped. Nice. All right, I'll get this together. I gotta position the camera better too. There we go. The first game I thought I had the camera better. Like I said, I literally wasn't going to do this till tomorrow and then realized, man, with Hawerchuk, I got to do it today. That would be Eddie Olczyk. Nice. No, that's Solani. Sorry, this is Solani. What am I saying? Olczyk did play for the Jets, though, too. It's true. It's true. But Eddie Olczyk had a great book out right now about overcoming cancer, and I'm sure that'll be a huge inspiration to Hawerchuk. Dale's just a fantastic person. That was a clear there by the Leafs. In Philadelphia, where he grew up here, Gene Hart, the announcer, used to say whenever a player would clear the puck like that, when he would shoot, when a defenseman would decide instead of icing it to like lift it up high into the air. Looks like we're gonna have a penalty on the Leafs here. They lift it high into the air. Gene Hart, the old announcer of the Philadelphia Flyers, would say that he clears it a la Borja Salming. That was like something that we grew up with in Philadelphia here, and that's it's funny that actually this is a team where Borja Salming's actually on it. and one of his teammates, not him, but Hap Day, just cleared the puck a la Borja Salming, which is just by lifting it up out of the rank, lifting it up and putting it down. I guess Salming was very big for that, one of the first players to probably do that, and Gene Hart loved that. Of course, the spinorama, like a la Denny Savard, so we all remember that too. Another penalty? What's happening now? Man, the Leaf fans are not happy. We're already at 5-on. We're gonna have a 5-on-3 now. Is that King Clancy? King Clancy, not a dirty player. All right, so Scheifele, Savard, Kachuk, Line A, and Housley are out there for this. Well, another thing I did is I got rid of the behind the net. I got rid of the the trapezoid thing, because I think it's the stupidest thing in hockey. So I got rid of that. It's fun to be God, I got rid of that. I got rid of the no-touch icing. You got to touch the puck on the icing. You got to have a battle race for the puck. I don't like that no-touch icing. That's for college hockey, my opinion. Line A. Oh, big save by Bauer.
That's in a dangerous spot. He makes a good save here. Toronto's offense came to play in a big way, and they lead big time here in the second. And a solid job tying up his opponent.
Best of luck to your friend, Terry. Best of luck. Honestly, I have a good friend whose wife is going through that right now. It's horrible. Cancer's a horrible disease. The best thing you can do is just be positive and silly for them, and just let them enable them to have some fun once in a while, because cancer people, they get a lot of people coming at them sometimes, and they're saying how terrible things are and this is awful, and it's kind of and that's true. Of course that's true, but they definitely want they want more than that. You need more than that. You need fun, actually, silliness and fun, I find. So Blake Wheeler gets the goal. 2-man advantage goal. It's true about Bro. I have Bro as the other goalie on this team, and he is big. Actually, I wasn't able to change the size of him because he was already created by them. I thought that was Hawerchuk's goal, but it wasn't. But I feel terrible for people going through cancer right now, or any time, of course. My mom had it twice, is recovered from it and done really well. But one of my best friends in hockey's wife has it right now, and she's going to get her surgery in November. And I'm thinking about him all the time. All right, Mahavlich, Keon, Conacher versus the Solani line here. Or, no, Line A. We should put Solani and Line A out there together. That'd be awesome. Patrick Line. Oh, you see Keon. Nick Keon was a great two-way player too. That's actually true. Nice battle in front. Hellebuyck's actually played some big saves, to make this game not get too crazy. Give him some credit right now. You might be right, Terry. You might be right. You never know. I think he just, Keon got totally wiped. So what I did with all the old players, as you can tell, I gave him Joppa helmets because that's the best I could do to make them look older. I wish I could have made them helmetless. I actually called up EA and say, is there any kind of special thing you could give me for that? That was a hell of a hit. I don't know who threw that hit back there, but I think we'll see it again, hopefully. Scheifele. Yeah, this game is kind of playing out as I expected to. I agree with you on that one. As the Montreal-Vegas game did too, which was 6-0 Montreal. I thought Vegas might score, but man, Jacques Plante was pretty amazing in that game. Oh, what a freaking save that was. Can we just say that was the save of this tournament so far? I hope they show that again. We got to show that again. That was a hell of a save. I thought that was in. That was Wheeler that got stoned there. It's a pretty exciting way of saying that. He just kind of stole the puck. 2-on-1. Oh! Man, Wendell Clark has been awesome in this game. That's a penalty. Yeah, Wendell Clark. There's too many slashing penalties getting called in this game. That looked offside. Oh! That's a great goal. Not a high stick, I don't think. Nice, very nice. Brian Mullen, who has 29 instead of Patrick Laine, but I guess that's fine. What a great goal. Man, Bauer made a hell of a save before this. Let's just call a spade. But yeah, they're back in this game. 4-3. Halfway in, 4-3. McDonald out of the box on a breakaway. Hawerchuk, big save. They do have Hawerchuk's style down. He just does sort of like makes himself as big as possible. Yes, Thomas Caberlet's on this team. That was a really great goal. I like that EA Sports has goals like that now. They really did a good job. There's some specialties. There's Sittler with by far so far the best hair in this game in the thing. Oh, that was a good save by Hawerchuk on McDonald. We're getting some serious goaltending right now. Timu.
And now he moves it to Savard. And that's blocked. Winnipeg's got the puck along the boards.
Hawerchuk is the star of this period. No questions asked. Half day, who's very, very old. Gilmore, I mean very dead, but would be like 130. Oh, just as I say that about Hawerchuk, man, he gives up a bad goal. Not a bad goal, but you know, one his digital ones and zeros would like to have back. I'm assuming, if it had feelings. Oh boy. That's a crusher. Gilmore always scored crushing goals. This is a very Gilmore type goal, I must say. I remember Gilmore pretty well, and he was definitely, you know, he would score goals like that. That's a very typical thing. Gilmore would just suck it would just suck every life out of your comeback possibilities. I wish they still supported the BC, Terry. This would have been a lot easier to create these players. We have people in the chat, Tyree's in the chat room. Anybody else wants to jump in, that we really appreciate it. I'm still learning on how to do this. I'm very new to Twitch, so I appreciate your patience as I try to figure out how to do better with this. I know, Domi and Olczyk on the wings. How about that? Eddie Hawerchuk was an amazing Blackhawk, though. Yeah, if you want to join the chat, let me bring up a good point. You have to have a Twitch account, and you can join it. I need to embed this chat below my thing in the blog. It will help out probably a lot, so we'll do that next time. I'm still learning, so I'm okay with like not as many people in there right now because I want to get better at this before I really hit this harder. But I'm loving it. I hope you guys are liking it out there. Oh man, look at what a goal that was. Mullen with his second goal of the game. Paul McLean. I guess another like a coach. There are a couple coaches on these teams. It's pretty funny. Paul McLean with the assist. Wow, the Leafs have had a tough period. Not as many penalties in this game. It's better. I mean, that Canadiens game was stupid with penalties. Bauer's made a couple good saves. The Jets are alive right now. I'll tell you that. They are real. They've got the momentum going here. There's Jacob Trouba, who's just after a very brief stay in the Rangers has returned to this team as one of their better defensemen, which is for sure true.
leadership, they've totally worn out the defending team. About two things are going to happen here, it seems like.
Man, it's getting nice and rough. I want to see some fights. I've had a couple fights in some of the games I've simulated as test runs, and they've been great. I want to see more. Some of these guys you know would have fought. 3:07 left, second period. 5-4 Toronto. This second period has been all Jets recently, with the exception of one quick 2-on-1 goal by Gilmore. All right, Salmi and Line, fight. You know, your countries don't like each other. Hey, Corey. How you doing? Corey 30130, thanks for joining our chat. I really appreciate it. People don't know, like Winnipeg, when they came in, of course, Edmonton, Calgary, Winnipeg came together from the WHA. And Edmonton, of course, was legendary. They were voted the #1 team all time by so their team is ranked #1 and has a bye in the first round in this tournament. That was a good hit by Lanny McDonald and a good steal. Daryl Sittler, best hair out there. Not sure how much NHL 20 is actually. I think it's like a normal price right now. Still pretty early out. Just went out like a month. Probably like $60, something like that. In fairness, I got a copy to review, so I didn't pay for this one. This is the first time I've done that, though. That's a good idea, Terry. Yeah, I should. I really probably should have done that. I have an idea of another one that I could do after this. Maybe I'll do it that way next time. All right, we got a power play coming up for the Leafs. Just important. Eddie Olczyk taking a penalty. That's another slash. Maybe I've just tweaked. I have to turn slashing down somehow. A lot of slashing. You can tweak. There's game slider stuff and stuff like that. You can tweak. All right, this is a 5-on-3 for 1:40. This can totally destroy all the Jets have done this period. And coming back, this is 4-1 going into this period. 4-1 for the Maple Leafs. Laurie Boschman, he's like your classic Jet. Anyway, as I was saying before, was the Jets, Flames, and Oilers all came into the NHL in 1980. I remember it really well. I was 12. That's when I was, a kid, just following everything about everything. There you go, Wendell Clark. Big goal. There's your first goal. All right. So those teams came in. I loved it. It was awesome. Along with the Hartford Whalers, of course. Not of course, but they did along with the Hartford Whalers. And the Oilers were amazing. Obviously, they had Gretzky and they got better, and then they won all those cups. The Flames were really good too. Won a cup and would have won other cups had the Oilers not existed. And the Jets were really good too, but they were just after the Flames and Oilers couldn't get anywhere kind of team. But they had some really good teams. Slashing was common in the 80s. Clark does have the Caterpillar. I love it. As does McDonald. Oh, man. A few seconds left here. 6-4 is not terrible for the Jets if they can get out of this period. Oh, bad. That was a nice defensive play there by Trouba to save this period from total disaster. But I always liked the Jets because they were cool. They had the big picture of the Queen hanging above them in their stadium. Remember that? That was pretty awesome. There was a huge picture of that Queen, which I think that picture still exists somewhere, I was told. But they didn't bring it into the new stadium, which they didn't. But I thought it was always felt like you were watching it. When you grew up in Philadelphia, Winnipeg feels like you're watching a game from the moon. You know what I mean? It feels like totally crazy to see a game. And when I was 12 years old, I thought the Jets were amazing. And the Oilers were amazing because they were just so far north and everything. All right, let's get into this third period here. Got to go to my daughter's soccer game, or else I'll be a terrible father. Still plenty of time. Wow.
That's a slash on that play, and the referee's all over.
Well, here we go. All right, so delayed penalty coming up now on the Maple Leafs. So you got a makeup call maybe?
Sprints to the bench to get the extra attacker out on the ice.
Uh-oh, look at this. Did they just score into their own goal? Oh my gosh, that would have been awesome.
Bufflin's got the puck now in his own end. Dishes it to Hawerchuk. They've got the defense.
Yeah, the 80s were an amazing time, Terry. Like for hockey, I mean, I was of course a Flyers fan, and that Flyers series in 1987, that was my freshman year of college. Man, that Flyers Oilers 7-game series, that was something. That game 6 in Philadelphia, when the Flyers were down by 3, and I thought we were going to see the Oilers skate the Stanley Cup around, but the Flyers came back and won in the third. It's still to this day my favorite hockey moment, you know, like as a fan or a writer or anything like that. As a writer, I've had some really good moments, like that have come close. Probably two of my top 5 moments as a writer came. Solani with a 3-on-2. Waits. Oh, nice save by Bauer. Another save by Bauer. So, two of my favorite moments I saw live covering were Sidney Crosby scoring on Ryan Miller. One was the first Ice Bowl / Winter Classic, and I was at that game in Buffalo, and he scored and Crosby scored on the shootout on Ryan Miller, and I was also in Vancouver to cover the golden goal for the Olympics, and that was covering the Olympics. Still probably my favorite moment of all. Just to get to cover the Olympics was such an amazing thing. I couldn't believe as a kid I would ever get a chance to be in the Olympics and talking to these players and covering the Olympics. And in the Olympics they let you cover everything, which is really cool too. So I could go and I could watch in the press box. I could go to watch speed skating. I went to watch ice. Ski jumping, which I love. I wrote a story for a ski jumping newspaper while I was there because I texted them and I'm like, I'm here. I don't know. I can figure out something. I'll write something for you guys, but you have a live reporter here because I want to write something if I'm sitting here. So anyway, that was great. That was great. Those two moments were just amazing, and I'll never forget either of them. I mean, the golden goal game. That game was sick. That game was really crazy. That whole Winter Olympics in Vancouver was amazing. All right, here comes Line A. Line A number 9, making some nice moves. Not trying. Oh, there we go. All right, we're getting some good back and forth now. I mean, I got to go downstairs and talk to Sidney Crosby after he scored the golden goal in Vancouver. How about that? That's just one of those things that I'll never forget. Very lucky to get to do this, and I know it. Believe me, I know it. All right, Bufflin who's playing again. Obviously, happy enough to play for the all-time team. He'll be back, by the way. I keep hearing. I'm talking to a lot of Jets players who are like, yeah, he's coming back. I think he's just got to get in shape before he comes back, but I think he'll be back. He's actually a great guy, Dustin Bufflin. But I'm not. Mullen's got 2 goals already. I'm not really surprised that Bufflin told this either, because he is emotional and didn't seem super happy, and he does have to work hard to keep his weight down. It's really tough for him. He's very sensitive about it. So if he's coming back, he's going to get in shape first before he does that, I'm sure. There was a hit by him though. He's pretty pissed that I said that, I'm sure. Let's go, Dale Hawerchuk. Solani took a big hit there. That was a slash that didn't get called. Bufflin, Solani to Hawerchuk. Gotta love that. That's what this game's all about. That's why I wanted to create this, because people were saying they thought this was some people don't like it, obviously, because it's the internet, and there will always people who don't like things that you do. But I like it just because, for me, I grew up watching some of these guys in the 80s, like some of you did, like Terry did, you were talking out there, and I wanted to see these guys play again, and I wanted to see them play with each other. And I wanted to see what it would be like, and and EA Sports does such a good job at this simulation that it's it's not perfect, obviously, but it's a really good job to give you at least a feeling of what it was like for these guys to play together. So I hope you guys like it, but I definitely feel free to criticize as much as you want to in the chat here, and just email me at eklund@hockeybuzz.com, and if you got criticisms, if you guys are Twitch people, because I'm not, I love it, I want to get involved with it, and I think I'm in a good position to do it because I have a lot of followers and things like that. So I would love to try it. And we could talk rumors in here while these games are going on too. It's kind of fun because not as many people watching it. I can definitely go a little bit more off the record than normal. Maybe. We'll see. I'll probably get in trouble now that I say that. This game has turned into a checking game. How about that? Like we got 11:48 in the third period. The teams are sort of like we haven't seen a goal in a while, which is kind of surprising because we saw so many goals in the second and the first. 5 goals in each period, actually, first and second. Kelly strips Armstrong. Armstrong was really good, and I was talking to him. I was trying to, when I made these players, I'm trying to find out, because they were so old, I was trying to find out who they would be compared to, right? And George Armstrong, I talked to somebody who was an old-time Leaf guy, and he said, I'll tell you who George Armstrong is. George Armstrong was Bobby Clark. He was like dirty, but great, really. Another bad goal by Hawerchuk. This is typical Hawerchuk, man. He made great saves and has let in a couple lousy goals. Tim Horton. Horton, here's a who, scores the goal. But yeah, this is surprising. See, that is Hawerchuk though, because he goes into that stance. That is a spot for him underneath the arm like that. That's actually incredibly realistic. Because his stance is to go on his knees all the time. Because on his knees he's so big, he's still like as big as some of the goalies used to be on his knees. So George Armstrong was like Bobby Clark. So I built some of these guys based on that. Yep, save your stubs, kids. That'll be another cup of coffee for everybody who's here. Oh, Kelly with a water bottle shot. Red Kelly with his second goal. How about that? Got it like that. Red Kelly, man. He's second of the night. Horton and Clancy. Horton's had a hell of a game. Clancy's had a hell of a game. This line has been ridiculous, but that's like a water bottle. Again, Hawerchuk going down early. Kind of realistic, unfortunately. And I can already hear the Jets fans telling me that Ascenta should have played. I can tell you right now. Oh, they are changing their goal. They're changing. Look out. Who's going in? Oh, it's Brian Hayward. I'm so sorry. I thought it was Ascenta. Jets fans. Maybe I gotta do something for you guys. I gotta help. Gotta give the Jets something. Or I should have been Ascenta instead of Brian Hayward. Brian Hayward was a pretty good goalie, though. We'll see. He had his moments. He's another one of the many goalies that played for the Jets and the Canadians. Like, it feels like there were a ton of them. Like Steve Penny, like you mentioned earlier. Hooray for Ryan Hayward. Oh, boy. He wasn't terrible, right? I mean, he was pretty good. I'm trying to remember. I mean, the Jets just didn't have goaltending. That wasn't their thing. They actually haven't. I mean, Hawerchuk is their best goalie that they've had, as far as he's the first goalie to ever be. Look at that hit by Savard on Armstrong. And the Leafs are starting to hit. Doug Soter, he was like, yeah, he also did. Doug Soter. How do you say that? I remember that. That's a weird way to say it. Doug Soter? Doug Soter? Yeah. Anyway. There's Sittler, best hair in hockey. Hayward with a save. Hayward's going down and looks kind of small, doesn't he, compared to Hawerchuk? Hawerchuk's a big goalie, obviously. Soter, yeah, you're right. Soter, you're right. Absolutely, thanks, Terry. How are we just piling it on now, the referees. They did this to the poor Knights too. After they got down by a lot, they started giving them penalties. Penalty after penalty after penalty.
Opportunity looms here. Well, another power play for them here, James. If I were the other team, I'd work really hard about not taking any penalties. Every time they take one, it seems like it's in the back of their net. Puts it on net. Stopped by the goaltender.
McDonald, nice save. Hey, we're not looking super sharp there, but that's all right.
Truba's got it across the line.
Oh man, was that Mullen? No, that was McLean, right? McLean also got the handlebar mustache going there. You got like that. That's good stuff.
Has been the story tonight, leading big time here in this third period.
Yeah, Leafs have the power play, but the Jets have gotten the shots lately. Conacher was just a quiet, crazy scorer. Clancy off the post. I mean, Hayward was old enough at least to have like the vintage mask. I don't know why they should give him a vintage mask. Is this another penalty on the Jets? Oh my God! I gotta go to see my daughter's game, guys. Stop calling these penalties. Bufflin not happy about that. All right, a 5-on-3, 26 seconds, and then a full power play for 2 minutes. We could be looking at double digits here. It's beautiful, but Hayward really did not appear to even try to make that save, even though it just went right into his glove. Matt Sundin fixing his shirt. I do like the things that come after the whistles on this thing. I think they must have a fun time doing it. I wish there was an Eklund thing where I could like have like rumors that went on EA Sports games. It'd be so funny. I have actually talked to him about it in the past. You never know. All right, there's a makeup call. Right? No, it's another penalty on Winnipeg. Good Lord. Jets fans have a reason to be angry. This is hardly anything. I thought it was on Gilmore for the hit. Babbage. Stu appears to be wearing some kind of hood. Hair coming over his ears. I don't know why that is. It's a real long 5-on-3 now because you can't. The other penalty doesn't even start until this one ends. Yeah, this is like a. This should be like a. Now it's gonna be way offside. Look at this. I mean, Jets, give him credit. The 3-on-5. Housley pulling it up ice and getting a shot. Bauer went down very early on that too. That is the thing, though. Like, you know, new NHL goalies do go down early. Havlich, what a save! That was a great save by Hayward. But they should have given Hayward the old like mask that he used to wear. Like he used to wear one of the big, you know, shield masks. Those are awesome players with those masks on in this game. Bernie Perron's got a good one. Wait till you see that. That's fun. So the players who weren't created by EA Sports, I heard a little bit of this rumor about this. Clark, what a save. Sittler save. Man, Hayward coming in. They have another penalty coming up on the Jets. Hayward, that was a save. Then this is just, at this point, this is just lame. I mean, it's like, come on. That was nothing. Nothing. Awful. Jeez, what was I saying? Conacher steals the Horner. Gilmore. That was a nice little breakup by Savard. Dustin Bufflin's back, so it's still now it's a one-man power. If they can get out of this with only one goal, it's pretty good. But still, that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, they just took away like 7 minutes of the third period of the game here.
The Jets gain control of it. Bufflin's got it in the defensive end.
Dustin Bufflin, you know, I would interview him before the Flyers Chicago Stanley Cup final, and at that point, if you remember, Hayward's playing well. If you remember at that point, Bufflin was playing offense and scoring a ton of goals for the Blackhawks. And I went up to him in the media day, and I said, "Do you like it?" And he's like, "No, I hate it. I'm not an offenseman. I hate the fact that I was like, I want to keep scoring, of course, but I hate playing offense." He was just absolutely, completely honest about the whole thing, which Bufflin's always been that way. He's always been very upfront with me. So, oh, that was a great little play. Somehow Hayward kept the puck out there. Of course, there's going to be another penalty. Come on, I got to go to my daughter's game, kids. I'm going to be here, but this is fine. It's only what time is it now? 5:19. I'm okay.
That one's a pretty clear penalty. The game's better for it, I guess, sure. Face off with a 5-on-3 power play, but not much time to work with. I guess you can look at this.
All right, here goes.
It's okay to be patient, even if you don't score. Oh, look at that. Here we go.
So there's a penalty. Well, about friggin' time, but come on, let the guys play the last 4 minutes, please. I mean, even the Bear doesn't agree. They need to, that's something they need to fix. Like the last few minutes of a period, like the third period like this, the referees should change. Like there should be a definitive change. Like in overtime, there should be non-existing type thing. LIFA did not make it on the least all-time roster, which is, you know, this just was a really good defense. I mean, it's hard to figure out. He was one of my favorite players, though, too. I completely agree with you. Of course, the referee signaling of late penalty. We're playing like 10 seconds in between here, at least. Jeez. I mean, come on, guys. We're going to play, what, 3-on-3 now? 4-on-2? I know that's not possible. Solani's not happy, and Solani's never not happy. That's one happy man. He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever... I mean, honestly, let me say it about a lot of things. Solani is literally one of the nicest people in the world. Like, I've just, having met him, my favorite thing with him was right after they won the cup with the Ducks. Got a chance to like talk to him, and for a second I'm like, so what's this feel like? And you know, you've seen the video of him like crying and all that stuff, but I was talking to him before that even happened, and he was waiting to get back to a spot where he had to talk to somebody, so he was just sort of standing there, and I was talking to him for a bit, and he was just like blown away. And just so, I mean, he worked so hard, obviously, as all different places, and I remember as a Shark even. But here he goes, you know, and he would be on the Sharks all-time team too, I'm sure, and definitely, of course, the Ducks all-time team. So he's going to be on a lot of these all-time teams. All right, 2:28, 4-on-4 for another 5 seconds, and then I guess the Jets will get a home run power play. Nice. Nice little play by Hawerchuk. Gilmore. 2 minutes to go.
Toronto's put in one of their most complete efforts that we have seen in quite some time, up big time late in this third. Back underway, and they take possession here inside the offensive zone. And there's the save. Toronto's up big time here in the late stages of this third period.
All right, 1 minute to 2 minutes to go.
Hawerchuk won the face-off. Newman is moving the puck through his own zone. The Leafs can't convert on the power play. Both sides are back to even strength.
They did enough to kill this penalty off. It's not been a great night.
All right, 1:27 to go here.
Yet this time they come out ahead.
Right in front. Jabs the puck away.
Hayward's been freezing the puck nicely. I agree with you. He's played amazingly well for them since he came in. This happened the other day with PK Malcolm Subban. Oh, man. 3 minutes, within 3, but only a minute to go here. Patrick Laine.
Well, that screen looked like it was just about perfect, didn't it? He doesn't even react as this puck goes by him.
I mean, I like Brian Hayward, but you know, he's always like the backup to Patrick Waugh, right? Pretty much, that's how you see him. Which is fine. I mean, there's no harm in that, of course.
Yeah, get your scores out there, James. Don't worry about the defensive end of the ice.
All right, so 1 minute to play. 1 minute. I'm sure. I don't know. Will they pull the goalie here? Maybe if they get another one. 50 seconds. I really want to thank you guys for watching this. I really do. I'm going to get out of here relatively quick. I'm going to go do the highlights of the goals. And then a quick thing of that at the very end here. But I really want to thank everybody for watching this, and I want to please tell people about it. And we're going to keep it. We're going to keep it growing. We've got a bunch of games to play because we're going to have this tournament's going to keep going here. What a hit! Housley was just crushed. Oh man, insult to injury. Red Kelly with the hat trick. That's kind of cool. You know, I think just passed away this year. Red Kelly gets the hat trick. There, the hat's coming down. I like that. That's cool.
That's a good play. It's a goal scorer's play. You shoot the puck and forward.
That's awesome.
He gets a little lucky that it comes right back to him, but he makes it.
So, but yeah, so we'll be at the next game up. I'm not sure which one it's going to be. I'm not sure. It's going to be a good one. They're all good. They're all fun, and it'll be in the next couple days.
Really impressive display. They moved the puck well, skated, really fortunate.
So we got only a few seconds left. 35 seconds left. Let's see how many penalties will be called in this period of time. Could have been one. Could have been one there. Solani. Timu. High scoring, 9-6. Man. Maybe I need to tweak this somehow so it's not so high scoring. But then again, you could look at this and like, these are all-star type games, you know?
There wasn't much room there, but that's a snappy release. It beats the goalie low on the glove side.
So, I mean, it is definitely one of these things. Maybe it's, maybe I need to, yeah, let me know. Terry Bear, email me at, EcklandHockeyBuzz.com. Some questions for you. I appreciate it. But I do think it would be like an all-star game. I do think with this much scoring out there would be really hard for the goalies. But it is, you know, it is a real game. So there is hitting, there is defense being played. So you would think that there would be a little bit less than this, but a couple of these games I've played have been kind of high scoring. But the Canadians only put in 6 against Marc-Andre Fleury, but he was pretty good. All right, so that is the game. All right, so let's see what we can do here. It was a good game by them. Let it go to the end here, and of course, you know, there's the Maple Leafs version of gritty. Always like to say that. It was a fun game, though, and I appreciate Terry and others hanging out with me in the chat room and just helping me along here as I get into Twitch and learn how to do this, because I love it. It's fun, and I think this kind of stuff is fun to see these guys play, and it's kind of worth all the work to put in. I put a lot of work on these guys, so it's worth it, because it really is. At least it's nostalgic to me. That's how I feel. I hope you guys feel the same way. All right, so let's see the 3 stars there. Red Kelly, 3 goals and assists. Conacher, 3 assists. Horton, 1 goal, 1 assist. Let's go to the box score here. All right, box score. First period. Oh, that's just 2 goals. Okay, first period. Second period. Third. All right, let's see if we can get some goals here. I appreciate it, Terry. Thanks. I'll check it out tonight after my daughter's game. I really do appreciate that. All right, let's see what we got here. Box scores. That's we want to see some highlights, right? Let's do that. Highlights are over here, if I remember right. Yeah, let's just do the goals. All right, so let's play these through and let's play through some of these here. Boom. This Timu Solani's first goal. Beaten Bauer. Oh, we're going back. That's the last goal of the game. Let's go to the front. Let's go to the top of the game. Oh, period. First period. All periods. All right, let's start here. First period. Keon on Hawerchuk. Dave Keon picking up the pass in the corner, finding a quick shot there from Hawerchuk. Nice little pass. Second, Kachuk then would tie it to beat Bauer. It's a real nice play, real in the center of the net there, right from the high slot. It's a good goal. Right. Borja Salming then would score on Connor Hawerchuk. Shot from the point there, beautiful goal. Then it would be Lanny McDonald. Another outside shot, bam. From Sittler, the best hair in hockey. There you go. Next up, Red Kelly, his first goal of the night. This will be a big night for him, which is awesome, because he is a great player who is no longer with us, passed away earlier there this year. Great goal. Blake Wheeler then would get one back on Bauer. See if there's a better version of that. Here we go. From Hawerchuk. Boom. Wheeler. Hawerchuk. This game's dedicated to you. Then Brian Mullen would get a goal on Hawerchuk. He popped it out of midair. Boom. Nice. Pops in the air, and Brian Mullen's there to baseball it in. Nice goal. Then just when it looked like the Jets were back in it, Dougie Gilmour, as he's known to do, destroyed their plans by scoring this goal, which was not the greatest goal on Hawerchuk. It kind of slipped through. But Dougie Gilmour, you know, after the Jets just been pounding and pounding and pounding, comes in and puts this one in and just kind of. But Brian Mullen then wouldn't be that long after that Mullen, with like a minute after that, would get them within one again for his second goal. And then, but with 20 seconds left, the heartbreak. Wendell Clark, bam, and that would send this to the third period. The third period would start. They wouldn't score for the first 11 and a half minutes of the third period, but Tim Horton then on the point shot, a little wrist shot from point actually. Then Red Kelly. If you were sitting in the press box, it would have looked like this. Hopefully, they'll show another angle to that goal. Let's see. Here's another one. This is Red Kelly coming in beautifully, snapping a shot. Hawerchuk went down a little early, but knocks the water bottle off. You got like water bottle goals. But it would be, and it would take a little while. No one would score again until there would be a minute left in the game where we'd have 3 goals in the last minute. First one, Patrick Laine. Snapshot. Nice little move. Bauer made some nice saves before that. But that was a perfect shot. And then Kelly would get the hat. The hat trick for Kelly comes here. Picking up the rebound right in front. That's a typical Red Kelly type goal. Red Kelly, if you remember, was a forward for Montreal, then converted to a defenseman for Montreal, then converted to a forward for the famous Maple Leafs, and really took over there. And finally, with 23 seconds left, we thought it was done, but Teemu Selanne had to do something, and he did something here with this goal. It would have been nice for him to get a little bit earlier than that, but he puts it 5-hole. All right, so there you have it, kids. I really thank you all for watching. I thank you all for watching, and we'll be back with the next one soon. Let me know what you think, please. Put some comments on the Twitch thing, put some comments on the Hockey Buzz thing, and let me know what you think. I'm totally open for criticisms on this. I want this to be fun for everybody, and I want to make it something that we can really enjoy throughout the year when there's no rumors to talk about, sort of. So we'll talk to you then, guys. Without the buzz, it is just hockey. Talk to you soon.